Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Stephanie Bronzino and I'm a realtor with the Sarasota Gulf Coast Realtors team. Before I jump in, a little about me. I hold a bachelor's degree in elementary education with a major in language arts and a master's degree in English as a second language. I wanted to share some really great resources and tips and tricks that might be helpful to keep your students motivated and engaged in learning as we all adapt through these community changes that we're currently experiencing. Right now, it is so important to remember that it is also a really stressful time for your students. Their daily schedules and routines have been disruptive. Not being able to see their teachers and friends and the fears of the community all have an emotional impact that can affect their learning. Some really great ways to continue the school routine at home is to use a STAR chart or positive reinforcement chart. These are some of the things that I've personally used in my classroom when I was a teacher, and they were really, really great. Some incentives that can include helping plan a snack, their choice of dinner, movie, board game night, or even just their idea of what subject to do next. These are just a few ideas that allow the students to have choice that can keep them excited and keep them motivated. When I was a teacher, those were two really, really big things that parents would always ask for help on is how can we get the students to always just want to learn, want to keep learning instead of just, staying on their iPad or screen time. Some incentives that I do want to share with you. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Bear with me. Here is a really cute behavior management. Oops, let's do this. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see this one here. So I took a screenshot of this behavior management, and this gives, it can tie into different activities or different things that you may have in around the house. If you have a computer, tablet, iPad, phone time, even if you want to do any outdoor activities, like if you want to go for a run, a walk, take your pet for a walk, if any type of activities outside, play basketball, any type of sports. This is really cool, and it can incorporate counting, different types of academic activities as well. You can work on creating this together with your student, and they can actually write it out. So it's also practicing on their writing skills. I am working for, and depending on the age level of your student, you can have them draw a picture of it right here in the top corner. I really like the idea of pennies. A lot of times we have that one, jar in the back closet, and just have them glue on pennies each time that they do something great. They can count out the pennies. You can talk about money, counting, and every time you catch them doing something really great, positive reinforcement, and they can go ahead and glue on a penny. And I just think it looks super cute. Another one that really worked well in my classroom was, let's get back to my screen share. I caught you being good. Just little craft fuzz balls in a little mug. This was a sensory thing that can work really good. You can just have the students put anything that you might have around the house. If you don't want to leave and buy these little fuzz balls, you can use beads, you can use any other type of craft supplies. If you have sticks, whatever you might have that you have a lot of, marbles, or again, you can still use pennies, you can use whatever type of rocks or anything that you want or that your student might like to collect, anything that they have a liking for, you can go ahead and put in a container, and when you guys set an amount until they reach that amount, you can go ahead and set an incentive. They get to choose the movie night on Friday, what movie that you guys will watch together. Just something to get them to work towards a goal, something to keep them excited, something to want to set them to want to do that activity. That's another really great thing. Another one that you can really tailor is on Pinterest. Here I found some behavior charts for at home. Now you can really tailor these as to your needs for your particular student. And these can be sticker charts, or as you can see on this one here, they just drew smiley faces. So again, it really whatever works for you and what is going to be motivating your student. Also, what I really love about Pinterest is it continues to give you more and more ideas and more reward ideas or checklists, things of this category that might be a better fit for you and that will fit into that category. So take a peek. Pinterest does have a ton of ideas, which is also really great. That is what I really used a lot as a teacher as well. That was also a really good resource. Another thing that is really good to remember, especially now with the homeschooling and your students being home, is that you doesn't necessarily have to mean that schooling needs to be pencil paper work from 8 to 3. Create a schedule that works for you and your learner and make that your new daily routine. Try to remember to incorporate brain breaks and get your students up and moving with a lot of hands-on and interactive lessons. Burn off that energy. Creating a lot of visuals is always very helpful to stay on track, and I will show you one of my favorites. This one says morning routine. Let's see. This is morning routine, but it's basically a blank fillable time slot routine, and you can always change it to morning routine, afternoon routine. This is really great because it's a visual and it will really help the students see exactly what you're going to do, and teachers do this in the classroom so exactly what's going to be done and when they're going to complete each task. So by setting this up each day, your student is going to know that at 9 a.m. you're going to do this task. At 9:30 you're going to do this task. And if you follow that and then if you stick to this routine, it is going to make the schedule a lot easier to follow, and it is going to help with any type of behaviors that might come up, as well as just keep everybody on track and on a pattern. So when we do get back to a little sense of normal, then it will be easier to transition back to the school life that we're used to. Another really great thing that I like to share is to really just try and incorporate to having your students be a part of helping build their schedule as well. Having students have their voice in knowing that they are able to work with you on this and that they can come and help create their day, that will really help a lot with keeping them interested and motivated. Another great thing is we're going to be attaching a lot of links for free resources and just where you can find different ideas for activities, different just different links for help with phonics, with math ideas, with different science activities, just to really grab resources from all over the internet. Has so many different activities, resources that are all accessible to you on an iPad, on a phone, on a desktop. And I mean, one of my favorite activities to incorporate both language arts, reading, and math I would always love doing baking activities because this is a hands-on activity that has an excellent reward at the end. Baking can be really great to tie in math. It incorporates measurement, counting, sequential order, telling time. Students love it. It doesn't feel like they're learning, but they really are. And a lot of times that's a really great trick. Like I said, the finished product is always the very best part. You can always share if it's a secret family recipe. It doesn't necessarily have to be baking. It can always be cooking if that's what you want to do. That could be part of the incentive chart, as well as I discussed in the beginning of this video. If you want it to be a special lesson, maybe at the end of the week, where you do, you'll bake cookies at the end of the week. It's going to be a secret family cookie recipe, and then tie that into a math lesson where you're counting certain things out. That's also a really great way. And another thing that I did want to show you before I do end the Zoom cast is one of my favorite websites that I used when I was a classroom teacher. It's called ABCya, that is abcya.com. And let me flip my screen one more time so you can see it. And let's see, so here is the website. And what this is an awesome website that has tons of phonics games for grades pre-K to 6+. So I am going to go ahead and click on second grade, and rhyming words, just as an example, just so you can see. Now, what's really great about this is up here you can also see the Common Core standards are listed. So you can, if you are interested, you can definitely click and see if it's going to meet with what you are looking for your student to be learning that week.
Alphabets rhyming words. Read the word on the bat's belly, then find the bat on the bottom branch that has a rhyming word. Rhyming words are two or more words which have the same ending sound. For example, bat and cat are rhyming words because they both have the same at ending. Tin.
So as you can see, that is just one example of a really great, fun, interactive website. And as I mentioned, we will be attaching several links to the end of the Zoomcast for math, language arts, as well as the Pinterest links that I did share on here. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We know this is an adjustment period for everyone in the community, and we are all in this together. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that we were able to pick up some really great tips, and that you are all doing really well and staying safe, and that I was able to give you some ideas on how to motivate and keep your students engaged at home. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.